please pay close attention to a very serious and significant announcement which I am about to make. This will have a great impact on all of your lives in many different ways. Earlier today, it was discovered that Gareth gave
Hi, welcome to Pastor's Pantry at Lighthouse, and today we're going to show you how to make the perfect Christmas pudding.
Hello and welcome to Come Dancing with Al.
You're watching BC News. I'm Ben Him. Sport and weather to follow, including action from yesterday's chariot race. But we begin tonight with our main story. There's been a mixed reaction to the government's decision to proceed with the widespread collection of data from the general public. Some people describing it as unnecessary, and others have said that it's authoritarian. However, in response, officials have said that the census is a vital exercise that will enable them to plan for the future and create long-term benefits to all concerned. Now, I'd like to turn to our current affairs correspondent, who's going to shed some more light on this. What can you tell us, Malachi?
Well, yes, Ben, as you mentioned, there have been vastly differing opinions on this. I mean, of course, that does depend on an individual's point of view and political opinion, but I think more significantly in this case, how far you've had to come in order to register. There's clearly been a big response. Hotels are reporting higher than average takings for this, usually quite quiet and uneventful time of year, the month of December. And that's obviously down to the census. What I will say, though, is perhaps we do need to spare thought for those who have had to travel great distances in order to complete the census. Just yesterday, I was talking to some people who were clearly struggling, including an elderly woman and even a lady who was quite heavily pregnant.
Sorry, Mal, I'm just going to have to stop you there, if that's okay. Hopefully we'll return to this story later. There's a developing news story breaking through tonight that we want to turn our attention to, if we can. It concerns a number of reports, apparently of unusual sightings and the like over the Jordan sky. And I'm hoping that we can speak now to our reporter in the area, our Jordan reporter. What can you tell us, Hannah? Hannah?
Yes, Ben, this is an interesting one. There's been a lot of speculation throughout the last few hours as to just what it is that's caused these lights to appear. And now light seems to be located at a particular position in the town. But what I can tell you is that earlier this evening, there were reports of a number of field workers being completely stunned by what they could only describe as an overwhelmingly bright light. And they actually attributed it to some kind of angelic encounter. This, in turn, appeared to lead them towards a particular location in the town. But information is still a bit sketchy at this point, Ben.
Anna, do you think the two incidents that you mentioned are related?
Well, we can't say for sure, but it appears at this stage that they probably are, Ben.
Thanks, Hannah. Well, we'll obviously keep you up to date with any developments in the area as this story unfolds. I'd like to turn now to our historical and prophetical expert, who's joined us at very short notice, Mr. Cummings, Enid Cummings, who's our prophetical expert. Thank you for joining us this evening, and I'd just be interested to know what your first thoughts are about what we're hearing.
Well, it's not just what we're hearing, it's what people are still actually seeing. And obviously, it's still early days, and at this stage, there are probably still more questions than answers. But I do feel that we could be on the verge of something extremely significant. Something that was possibly predicted to happen many years ago. I was particularly interested to hear about the specific location of what, to all intents and purposes, sounds like a star. It's brought to my mind the ancient scripture. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star is emerging from Jacob. A sceptre is rising from Israel. And also, very significantly, when we consider all that this is happening in the Bethlehem area, it reminded me of the words of Micah. But you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel. Now, does this all possibly point to maybe an important person coming into the world?
Okay, then, so from what you've said, would it be fair to say that inevitably there will be speculation that the possibility of the one you're talking about is the promised one?
Oh, you mean the Messiah? Well, yes. Time will tell. If it is, then you may need to change the name of your channel.
Enid Cummings, thank you for your time tonight. So, the world waits. Is it possible that we are beginning to live through a very significant time in history, or as some like to call it, his story? If what we believe is happening is actually happening, then I think it's fair to say that this changes everything.